we doing, YouTube? Are we good? We well? We fine? Nah, I certainly hope so. Welcome back to another video. This is the first video that I've actually put out for a while. It's mostly just been our streams. And we're going to talk about LEGO Star Wars. Maybe it's been out for like a month. You know, maybe you decide to wait to see what it's like because, let's be honest, games nowadays, kind of questionable when they first come out. Or perhaps you knew you were going to get it, you just had to wait till payday. Either way, let's figure we should talk about it. We should talk about what's good, what's bad, because this game has bad things. It's unfortunate, but we need to talk about it. So, yeah, we'll talk about what's good, what's bad, sum it up at the end. Sound like a plan? Let's go. Alright, so first off, very important, I will lead with this. I really like this game. I had a huge amount of fun with this. So this game came out on the 5th. Now, I had it planned out, I had it ready, sat there delightfully waiting for me for a few weeks before it actually came out. So I've been playing this since launch. So you're talking just over 3 weeks since the game came out. In that time, I have gotten 100% on all the story missions. And we're now just working through the free play. Not that it's something to brag about, just more like, so you understand where I'm coming from. I've played a chunk of this game. This isn't like, we played it for 2 hours, let's do a review. We've played a lot. Almost 50 hours. Almost 50 hours of game time is what we've got. So this is a review on 50 hours. And this game is gorgeous. Graphically, it's very well done. You've got your usual Lego-ness. It's all there. But the actual background, the landscapes, the planets, all that, beautifully done. If it wasn't for actually seeing random square objects, you probably wouldn't know you were actually playing a LEGO Star Wars game. The difference between the original LEGO Star Wars, which granted was a while ago that game came out, we're looking at 2003, I believe, was when the Complete Saga came out. Compared to this, it's obviously a very long time between them. And it shows. It shows visually. They redid the level designs, they redid the combat. It's awesome. Genuinely is. You've got your lightsaber combat got redone. You know, if you played the original one, you know you just keep hitting the same button and your guy will swing repeatedly. And if you do it at a certain time, it gets like kind of sparkly and you get like an unblockable hit, which was great for taking out bosses. With this one, it's more free-flowing. And if you keep using the same attack over and over again, they'll block it. You have to switch it up. You have to combo the attacks. And oh man, it made for such fun fights. The Darth Maul fight, amazing. My personal favourite, the Obi-Wan Anakin, which I was so excited to play. So excited for Revenge of the Sith in this game. Did not disappoint. It was one of the longest boss battles that you had to do. I think it was like 5, maybe 6 phases. Moving through the Mustafar mining facility, you're fighting, and just, oh, it was beautiful. But your blaster combat, that's good. You get critical shots on the headshot. You have cover mechanics, stuff like that. You can move from cover to cover to fight them. The space combat is great. Or I should specify the ship combat. It's not necessarily just space. You have stuff on the planets. You know, there's the mission on Jakku from Force Awakens when Rey and Finn first get the Falcon, trying to lose the TIE fighters. That was a very well done mission. You're flying through the debris, stuff like that. You had the Hoth mission as well, and of course you then go to like the Death Star fight, which again was just beautifully rendered. If it wasn't for the fact you could see a LEGO X-Wing, you probably wouldn't have thought that you were in a LEGO game. And the level designs themselves, so they changed how like the mini kits work and stuff. They revamped that. You're looking at 5 mini kits give you a microship, which you can play as. You can play as the little microship and fly around, and it gives you a brick. Use the Kyber bricks to purchase upgrades per class. There's upgrades for Jedi, for Sith, for bounty hunters, villains, heroes. Like, there's a lot with this that they added. The upgrades are fantastic. They've got 380 playable characters. They've got 69 playable ships.
Nice.
5 capital ships you can get. And you can get upgrades on all those character classes. So there's all these characters to choose from, all these different stuff you can do, and depending on what character you play, the AI will respond accordingly. So for example, if you play as a bounty hunter, villains don't attack you. Like at all. There's some of the level missions, because each level, this is the thing as well, you've got 6 story missions, 5 or 6 story missions per movie. And each one of those has 3 missions within it that you can try and get. So you've got True Jedi, that gives you 3 bricks. Complete the level, complete the 3 missions, and get all the mini kits. There's your 6 bricks per level per movie. It has a lot that ties into it. They put in a lot of thought into the level design, a lot of thought into how you play it. But they also changed it up from what we expected in Complete Saga. Complete Saga, we expected to basically pick a movie, play through the movie, move on to the next one. In this, a lot of the open world design that they did ties into your story when you're playing it through story mode. You've got these 5 or 6 missions, but you've got a whole lot of free roam stuff combined with that in this open world. It's like they wanted you to take part in the open world more than the story, because that's definitely a major thing. There's challenges, there's firing ranges, there's puzzles galore for you to get. There is bricks spotted all over the place. There's the data cards, there's extra characters, there's the ships, that's where you unlock them. Same with the characters, I mean. Scattered throughout every single planet, and every region has its own space region. So you've got a multitude of planets with all the stuff that you can get, and all the stuff you can go in space. It's genuinely such a good, well done game. And is arguably, I would say, in recent memory, probably one of the most stable games that I have played on the campaign. I played through the entire story thing. So we played it on launch, on stream, which, by the way, we stream on YouTube. We stream here. So, you know, if you like the video, hit subscribe, then come and join us in the stream. It's great. It's fantastic. I mean, for me. Hopefully you find that too. We were playing it on stream, and we played through 1 to 9. That was the order we played it. There was not a single bug, there was no glitch, there was no problem throughout the entire campaign. It was amazing. I sat through it and had a huge amount of fun. The second I went to free play, however, was completely different. My game crashed, there's bugs everywhere. Stuff just stops responding, things just break. I've had the game just randomly die on me like 5 or 6 times. Only in free play. Never when you're doing the story mode. Always on free play. And this is on PC, by the way. I should throw that out there. On PC, completely stable in the story. Random what's going to happen to you whilst you're playing the free play. Free roaming, just run around, mind your own business, and dead. Alright then. No warning. That's a fairly major problem. It auto-saves for you, so you still have that fear of, when was the last time I saved this? But it is pretty good when it auto-saves for you. So that shouldn't be an issue, but it does crash, and that can be annoying. The unresponsive bugs, we had one where we were fighting Palpatine in episode 3. It was on free play, we were using Aayla Secura rather than Yoda. What's supposed to happen is Palpy chokes you, brings you towards him, chokes your second character, brings him towards him, you then go up into the Senate chambers. What actually happened was he choked me, I didn't really move, and then the game freaked the fuck out because it didn't know what it was doing. It just stalled. Ayla was just stood there, not knowing what to do. Couldn't do anything, couldn't hit any buttons, could not do a single thing. That was the end of that level. I had to just kill it. I had to reboot that level. Played through it again, Completely fine. Okay. So it's Lego Star Wars has these bugs. It has these problems. They're designing the game. As I said, I had a huge amount of fun playing this. There was so much to it. But there's things that you expect to be in there aren't. And it's like, okay. I appreciate the Lego humor. I appreciate the cutscenes. They're rendered well. They're done so well. And they've got that Lego humor to it. Except Mace Windu versus Palpatine should be a fight. And it's not. Death Star 2 should be a fight. It's not. It's like one of the biggest things. The whole fight in Return of the Jedi to take out the second Death Star is a huge moment. The Imperial fleet has the drop on the Rebels. It's a perfect trap in Palpatine's view. The Rebels should get crushed here and then, and the Rebels win. It's a major, major battle, and you don't get to take part in it. It's a cutscene. Same with Mace Windu Palpatine. It was a huge moment in Revenge of the Sith, and it was a turning point for when Anakin finally becomes Darth Vader. And it's a cutscene. I get there had to be things that you decide what the levels are, but giving us a level on Endor where Chewie captures the AT-ST to then attack the bunker, that's a whole level. A whole level for Chewie to go and capture an AT-ST. But Death Star 2 is not. It's a weird decision, I would say. I would have gone with the space fight, but that's just me. So there's things that you feel should be in this that then aren't, which leaves you feeling a little bit disappointed when you play through the story. As this is more from a personal note. When playing the sequel trilogy, the sequels weren't the best of movies, which means they don't translate well into levels. They're kind of meh as levels. It felt great fun to play the sequels. It felt great fun to play the originals. It felt kind of grindy to play the sequel trilogy. And both a positive and a negative element of the game is the voice acting. They decide you have the mumble mode there. You can go and have the mumbliness if you want. However, it's fully voiced. And in the prequels, it's all voiced by the Clone Wars cast. So it's got everyone that you know from the show doing the voices. Great. Then there's Anakin. Young Anakin. Phantom Menace Anakin. Who is clearly some grown woman. They couldn't get an actual kid to do the voice.
I'm sorry I wasn't able to finish you, 3PO. Bye.
And it's really bad. It's really bad. And then when you go to the sequels and you have Kylo Ren, when he's got the mask on, obviously that used effects and things to distort the voice. So that still sounds like him. But when he takes it off, it does not sound like Adam Driver at all.
My conscience is clear.
No, you still hurt.
You still hurt.
It really doesn't. It's kind of... It's a minor note. It's a minor note when it comes to the game, but it is kind of jarring in relative terms to the other voices. The other voices fit and are within the character. Then there's these two, and it just kind of pulls you out the game a little bit. Because it's just like... It clashes too much with the rest of it. It does have its problems. As I said, the stability is there in the story mode, but it's not in the free play. The free play has bugs, it crashes, it does some weird shit. I was playing through one of them, and Paul just randomly was out of his ship. His ship was not there, and he was just stuck in place in space on the Dreadnought. And it's like, okay. The voice acting can be a bit iffy. There are problems with it, but they're minor. That's the thing about them. There are problems there, and it might bother you. It might bother you more than it bothered me. It definitely the voice work gave me problems, but it's a minor thing. Overall, this game is so much fun. This game is so good. If you're on the fence about it, if you're waiting because of how games have been, I totally understand. Game companies have been releasing shit for years and expected us to be happy with it. And, you know, EA's handling of the Star Wars license, we've talked about this on stream and whatnot, it means that a new Star Wars game comes out, you're possibly apprehensive. Maybe you're just waiting for your next paycheck to be able to go out and buy the game. Whatever it is, you have got to buy this game. If you're a Star Wars fan or you played the original Lego ones, you know how we as gamers, when there's a remaster or something, we buy a game purely out of nostalgia, and then we find that nostalgia doesn't actually hold it? Yeah, this is not the case in here. This is a reboot on the game, but the nostalgia's there. It reminds you of playing it when it first came out on the Xbox or on your PlayStation or whatever. For me, it was sitting playing this with my dad, working our way through the games together, and it was amazing. 20 years on, this game's still so much fun. This game is ridiculously good, and it isn't just good because of nostalgia's sake. It's good because it's actually good. Its open world is so ambitious. There's so many ships. You even have the whole capital ship encounters. You can draw out, the Executor. You can draw out the Trade Federation battleship. You can fight it, destroy it, then buy it, and you can walk around it. You can, and they will frequently just keep deploying, and you can go fight them and destroy them for a bunch of studs. There's missions, there's races, there's all sorts of things. This game genuinely tried to create the magic of Star Wars as a Lego game across everything, and for the most part, I'd say nailed it. For me, this is a serious go out and buy it. Obviously, I already did. I had it, but after 50 hours, I still have so much to do. If you're a completionist, that is, you finish the story, you could run around, whatever. You don't need to finish it. I've got 100% across the 9 movies, but I haven't got that on all the planets. I've only completed a fraction of the challenges. I've maybe got just over half of all the bricks in the game. There's still so much to do. There's so much for me still to do in this game. It's actually ridiculous. So if you are into these kind of things, you should definitely get it. And there's the usual Lego humor. There's the usual nonsense. It's all over the place. So yeah, I would say definitely get it. Definitely. 100%. 100%. Anyway, that's the video. That's what it is. I appreciate you clicking on it. It's coming through. As I said, we do stream on YouTube. So if you subscribe to this, you can get that notification that we go live, and you can come hang out with us. We're going to play more of this on stream, plus the stuff we do with the mods, and you can hang out with us and nerd out and whatnot. So you should definitely do that. Until then, I appreciate you coming through. Hopefully we see you in the streams at some point, and we will catch you in another video. Until then, you all stay out of trouble.